Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, 𝗿𝗶𝗍𝗍𝗄. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, 𝗿𝗃, People Managing People. We offer 100+ globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100+ global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500+ multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100+ authorized training partners and 50+ universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000+ members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices. Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, 𝗿𝗶𝗍𝗍𝗄. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, 𝗿𝗃, People Managing People. We offer 100+ globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100+ global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500+ multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100+ authorized training partners and 50+ universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000+ members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices.
Hello, dear participants. Thank you so much for joining today's session. We'll be starting it now. Please allow me a minute so I can quickly share my screen and we'll get it started. And meanwhile, please drop your locations in the chat box. We would love to know where our audience is watching us from, right? So please drop them in the chat box. And it's always great to see how global audience is joining us across the world. And I am very happy to welcome you all to our series called GSDC Certified Learning, Intelligent Decision Making in the Age of AI, with the theme that is how to explore AI-driven thinking, automation, and emerging technologies are reshaping business strategy, operational efficiency, and innovation across industry. My name is Preetham. I'll be your session moderator today. So feel free to reach out to me in case if you have any question or concern, and I'm very happy to assist you all. So what makes our session more exciting? As you can see that we have this incredible panel of experts lined up for this entire week, which is happening from 6th July till 10th July 2026, from Monday to Friday with the same time slot that you have joined right now, which is 9:30 p.m. Singapore, 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, and 8:30 a.m. Central. So please do join us according to your time zone. Set a reminders for yourself so that you won't miss these amazing sessions which is scheduled ahead, right? You can use the same registration link to join the rest of the sessions which is scheduled this week. And a quick introduction to our organization, those who have joined us for the first time. We are globally recognized certification body, vendor agnostic, vendor neutral, which is absolutely independent certification body. Also, we have 100 plus authorized training partner across the regions. We have partners in Asia, Africa, Canada, America, and many other countries. So a big thanks to all our training partners out there and those who have joined us through our training partner channel. In case if you're looking for any training program courses instead, feel free to reach out to our training partners to have further inquiries about it. I will be sharing their contact details shortly in the chat box. Also, I'm very proud to inform you all that we are accredited by ABICB and supported by World Press Hub, which is our official media partner. They take care of all our events and press releases. Also, another proud thing that we have 100 plus certification portfolio with us. We have certified more than 250,000 professionals worldwide so far. Also, with 500 plus subject matter experts we work with, they help us with our exams, programs, syllabus, and all the deliverables. Also, we are in association with 1,000 plus multinational corporates, 500 Fortune companies, and 50 plus universities across the world. And a quick introduction to GSDC AI Studio, our lifelong learning initiative platform, which we introduced in the GSDC few months back, where you'll be getting 100 plus live sessions on AI, which is led by global experts, where you'll be getting 4 daily sessions, which will be a 45 minutes of live impactful sessions along with the hands-on learning, where you'll be getting a platform to implement all the things that you have learned and all your questions and doubts that will be resolved real time with the help of our subject matter experts and our industry leaders. So this certification, this training is aligned with industry standards for absolutely job ready skills. And I believe this is great opportunity to learn from the AI leaders around the world, right? In case if you're wondering how can access to GSDC AI Studio, kindly get in touch with a learning advisor for further assistance. You will find their contact details in the chat box shortly. And I would like to inform you all that we are broadcasting this worldwide via our partner Restream, where we'll be live across 30 plus social media platform, which includes Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and so on. So as you can see on the slide as well. And to our speaker, you are not addressing a small room today. It's just that we are reaching out to 80,000 plus people around the world. So let's create something memorable today. And without any further ado, I would like to introduce our today's speaker. Lucien Gruya is a global head of data science and AI and head of engineering Romania at GitLab with over 13 years of experience in enterprise architecture, AI, and large-scale software engineering. He has led the design and delivery of AI-powered data incentive solutions across telecom, fintech, aerospace, and healthcare while architecting secure enterprise grade platform for global operations. He is passionate about advancing AI innovation. Lucian also founded a corporate AI academy that has trained 700 plus professionals and actively research agentic AI, context our reasoning, and next generation intelligence system. So he was a part of our panel discussion before, and we are delighted to have him again for today's incredible topic, which is creating AI powered remote patient monitoring system with real time data. Thanks, Lucian, for joining us today. We're delighted to have you and a warm welcome to you. You can have the hander of the mic now. Thank you.
Hey Pritam, please confirm that you can hear the audio quality is good. And yes, thank you very much for your introduction. Allow me please to share the screen. Okay, thank you. So, hello everyone. My name is 𝗿𝗲𝗱𝗆𝗀. I live in Romania, working for 𝗟𝗂𝗓𝗄m for about 7 years. I'm head of data science in 𝗟𝗂𝗓𝗄m. And within past 3 to 4 years almost, I build and build my experience around, of course, except the technical part of artificial intelligence and data science, build my experience around the healthcare domain. I work with multiple clients in United States that for which we support building healthcare and medtech related platforms. So today we are talking about how we can leverage artificial intelligence to build remote patient monitoring systems powered by real-time data. First of all, I would like to mention that this presentation will have 3 parts. So first of all, I will have, of course, a deck. I will give you the insights on how to create the AI-powered RPMs systems, remote patient monitoring systems. On one hand, on the other hand, we'll also look through the code, so you will see you'll be able to touch some of the baking behind the scenes. So it's not only theory, it's not only diagrams, not only explaining what is the role of a remote patient monitoring system, but also we'll see what actually makes it happen, what actually generates the living system. Of course, the third part for the scope of this session, I created a demo. We will see how patients and hospitals can communicate in real time, so they can exchange data, and that will make the patient monitoring much more efficient on one hand. But of course, it's not only about that, it's also about safety, and it's about doctors having tools and patients being protected through using the right technology, which AI enables today. So 3 components, recapping the deck with the theory, the code with a hands-on experience, and also the demo, the live demo, where you can, of course, ask questions, address any of your concerns, or maybe specifically if you want to dive deeper into a specific topic, you can address them on the chat. My colleagues will collect the questions, and by the end of the session, we'll have about 10 to 15 minutes of follow-up discussions through which we can respond, we can tackle any of your concerns, of your questions. So let's dive into the topic today. Now, what we know is that many people, and this is a research I've done individually on the internet, but 1 in 5 people, it's known that after being discharged from hospital, they have heart failure issues, especially if they were hospitalized for these issues. Of course, I'm not talking about every people hospitalized. Again, I'm not a specialist in medicine. I'm not a doctor. These are just stats that I gathered from web. But my experience on building the platforms is only limited to the technology and to the way we can create experiences for people so they can use these platforms in communication and then facilitating the medical act. So this is nothing about medicine itself, or not about diagnosis, anything. It also know that almost 60% of the people live at least for a period with a chronic condition, which require better monitoring, which require a more exchange in information, more exchange in communication between the patient and the doctor, right? So speaking on this hypothesis, what we know from the whole history of medicine, and again, I'm not talking from the perspective of a doctor, but I'm talking as any regular person who was a patient at some point. Medicine doesn't happen only when you are in a hospital, or doesn't happen only before or when you talk to a doctor, right? Medicine in itself, or the treatment plans are happening actually in most of the cases after people are discharged from the hospital. After they leave the room, they don't have any doctor uh, at hand. They don't have any communication channel with the doctors. And historically speaking, this was always a bottleneck, because being always able to talk to a doctor was more like a luxury in a human history. Now technology enables us to build better applications, to build better systems, so uh, we can optimize the communication, and optimize also the time required from a doctor to monitor people, because we can build more graphical UI, so that will give insights much more faster, but we can also facilitate the language levels, right? So in terms of patient being hospitalized or discharged, we know that in many cases issues, especially in episodic diseases, issues are found too late because of the monitoring before being hospitalized was not done properly. There is no way today, I as a patient, to be real-time monitored by a doctor, or at least not at large scale, of course. They might be private clinics that do that. They might be persons that may be people that have their private doctor, of course. We're not talking about that. We are talking about mass population that are found sometimes are finding too late if a symptom is causing a more difficult disease that could lead to a period of hospitalization, let's say, right? But on the other hand, if we have a continuous monitoring, this could be prevented with a minimal interaction by a doctor or by a specialist. Of course, uh, every people, if they understand better how to monitor the symptoms, and if they are more aware, they can also handle better and cope with potential disease on their own. So actually the problem that we try, and the thesis of this talk, the problem that we try to the loop that we try to close, actually, it's linking actually the last step of this process with the first one, right? Because um, we have the sense and the detect steps when we understand what are the vitals. We understand we could always, even today at home, take our own temperature, for instance. We can monitor our weight, right? Of course, the weight is not a vital, right? But we can monitor even blood pressure, for instance. We can detect and even have some engines, some small devices that show us whether if a threshold is exceeded or not, right? We can even read about this, but sometimes reading about a disease or a symptom might be misleading, right? So we want to actually avoid that. But having an engine that gives you more accurate insights could help. And today's talk won't be about me promoting or advocating for anyone using AI instead of a doctor to um, get insights or get advices, medical advices. It's on the contrary, we we are talking about using AI to get insights and to refine through a large amount of data, which AI anyway does, and AI is used today in any domain to synthesize and to summarize large amount of data, but also, of course, with human in the loop. And the main concern is that even humans are the subject of having mistakes, where AI is a good player because can support, can help um, even doctors, or can help any human, preventing them or at least emphasizing a potential mistake. Right? So it's not about getting insights from an AI and trusting blindly AI. On the contrary, it's about having AI to signalize a potential mistake, which we can explain, or we can maybe fix early. Then the act the meeting between patients and the doctors. It's the act step where patients actually go for a treatment, right? But after this, coming back to monitoring vitals, it's happening sometimes after a while, right? So such as doctor is discharging patients and then asking patients to come back for a control in 3 months, right? What happens in all these 3 months? How do we monitor the vitals and how does doctor could possibly get inputs from the patients? Because if there are dozens, if there are hundreds, it might be impossible, right? But if the doctor has a very well summarized and data, and it has a very well defined threshold, and it has a very visual way on how to capture these thresholds and the vitals, then this might be actually a game changer. So the anatomy of a remote patient monitoring system would look like that. The patient leaves the hospital, leaves the room where the doctor is. So it doesn't have more than some devices with it, right? But those devices mostly are offline. Now, I know this also changed in the past period. You could have even smartwatches to monitor vitals. You could have different devices that are smart devices that can help you cross-checking with other users' data around the internet, around the network, let's say, and give some advices, give some statistical suggestions. But still, your doctor would not see any of this unless of a more sophisticated system that a user potentially use. But at large scale, it's still challenging. But this is mostly because, of course, of technical challenges to implement smarter devices and because of costs on one hand. On the other hand, is because of reliability of data, because very sophisticated software applications were required in order to process this data before the AI, the AI epoch, let's say, the AI era. Now we can leverage these devices. We can take oxygen level, the glucose, the heartbeat, and we can all send them all to an ingestion pipeline, which ingestion pipeline will pass into direction that data. Of course, it will build like a time series. We'll send that to a live streaming layer of our application. We'll also pass it through some detection engine, which gives us some rule-based rule-based thresholds and rule-based trends and ranges which we are monitoring. In case if those are exceeded or those are broken somehow, we can have a direct step of AI analysis, which AI analysis could be also part of this event broker, right? But ultimately, the event broker will also, on the top of the event broker, will also apply and communicate bidirectionally. Will make the communication bidirectionally between this layer and both patient app and the care team board, which is basically the hospital or the medical team, right? So it's a pretty simple conceptually system, taking the home devices outputs, ingest them into a data aggregator, send this to a detection engine, pass it through an analysis, or send them directly here and have on server the AI analysis, then send the results bidirectionally, but also make the apps communicate to each other. So this is the concept behind, of course, remote patient monitoring. Now the question is, how do we start building this? By improving the devices, of course, this is a good approach. So you can have better, smarter devices that are connected to the internet that can feed the data or the ingestion pipeline into a specific format. This could be a good alternative. But if not, at least even manual monitoring could help, because a user, if they have a friendly application or friendly enough application for all ages, for all categories, they can use that, and AI can support them on providing inputs, and those inputs could be monitored by doctors. Now, one more step, and then we'll also move to the demo bit. So imagine you have a period that normally you go home and start monitoring your own system, but for a period of time, for a specific period of time, either during the night or either between some activities, daily activities where you don't even pay focus, in an interval of only 3 minutes, for instance, you could, or 3.5 hours, right? But in an interval of this hours, something could change, and you may not notice, and then later recapping this might become a very difficult activity. But what if we simply use a very simple idea like this? Just gather the data and have it there, audit the flow, and then start even retroactively think on creating relations and dependencies across symptoms. So typically, explaining a case to a doctor helps because doctor asks questions about the medical history of a patient. This definitely is helpful. On one hand, on the other hand, some things might be missed. Then what is also important is that in many occasions, only the clinical symptoms, only the current symptoms are being monitored without existing a direct or indirect relation with something that happened hours or minutes or days ago, right? But by gathering everything, we may see some unseen. We may see some dependencies that apparently they don't tell anything, but in fact, after a closer look, they tell us actually more. So let's have a look on how an application like this would look like. So I'll pass you and we'll walk you through for the beginning. This is the hospital board, the dashboard, right? This is the doctor view. Now within the hospital, of course, you have a group of patients for which you generated some plans for which you are accountable and responsible for, right? So these patients have to go home with some list of medicines, but they don't only have to take the pills. They also need to follow a protocol. Twice per day, do this exercise, sleep at that hour, drink, eat something, I don't know, any activity you can imagine which is not related to taking a specific pills. It's more about having a routine, right? But how do you monitor the routine? So the hospital itself, of course, it will have a list of patients, and having an overview on that, it helps a lot because you need to understand that Elena Ramirez or James Rodriguez, these are our patients. What did they have? What was the primary condition? So it was that. Of course, if we dive deeper into this, we'll see their profiles. But what we actually need to emphasize in a dashboard like this, it's also very important. What is the language that they are talking in, right? Because some of them are talking English, others may talk Spanish. And before large language models, it was very difficult to handle a communication between two people from different countries if they had different languages which they didn't know each other. Not yet alone a professional using a professional terminology such as a doctor discussing with someone in a different language, in a foreign language, or patient understanding a doctor.